So what I want to say is that whatever money we make from here, we will reinvest it here. Now,
President, the idea on our behalf, Danima Unia. That way, yanya demonstration yeti hoya day because yadi damano amano.
And Goldfields offered this mine to me. Point of correction. I didn't just spring up to say I want to own the mine. Goldfields said in 2022, we're going to close the mine and we want you to take over, but we'll sell it to you. And I said, you can't sell it to me because you've cheated me all these years. So you have to give it to me. So we agreed. They told me to go to government and get a no objection letter. I went in there. And I must thank our former president, Nanado. He gave me a document to sit with Goldfields and negotiate and keep the mine going.
John Boadu said, Damang Mine. Ibrahim Mahama, John Mahama, Nedemano. But Akufo-Addo and the other Nasine.
Is not an afterthought. It is our priority. Ours is to ensure that as the mine grows, so much the hospitals, the schools, the roads, and all the opportunities in our neighborhood. And another government will ensure that happens. One and zero. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Damang Mine is gone. May this moment be one that creates progress, that brings economic freedom, and that brings positive omen to this land.
Founder and CEO of Engineers and Planners, Ibrahim Mahama, says Damang could get an airport. No could get an airport. Damang will get an airport within 6 months. And a plan in place for concrete road linking Damang to Cape Coast within 2 years. Now, community parks are attractive. Hospitals, Nina, Ibrahim Mahama say Obabe ama Damang for. Or say Obedibi, Mosumu Bedibi, Ghana Bedibi, no no. Guess who? I don't care, thank you. Etreno. Another Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Nananum, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity for working here for 30 years. I just didn't spring up from Ghana and started working here. When I started working here, a lot of people were in school, some were students, and today they are heading the commission and they are regulating us somewhere. Somewhere, and some of the people I work with today, like him, I came here in 97, 98, started, he was working for AMS, and I came to rent a machine on the reclaim. And they were desperate for dozers then, so they moved my dozer into the hard rock. In 2 months when I came, they had destroyed my dozer. But unfortunately, when I came here, I didn't have a place to stay. I used to stay in a place called Peace Hotel. That was in the beginning. But one day I went there and I didn't get a room. So I ended up in his living room, and he gave me a couch to sleep, and I slept. So I couldn't go at him. From there, I got taken to Dankwa, where I met Sid, Eskin, Majid. So everybody today in EMP have come out of AMS and other companies that I work with. But the brief story is to say it hasn't been an easy journey. And what I'm doing today, or the transfer of mine to EMP, is for everybody. It's not for me. In the past, I used to come in here, stand at that gate, looking to go in there to get some work to do. Tony Obion was there with Dave Ingle, and if most people remember Dave Ingle, Mike Izan, and so many of the other people from Ranger. But after 30 years, I asked myself that, look, can we just still be contractors? We can't do that. After 30 years, I just said to myself that, listen, and Goldfields offered this mine to me. point of correction. I didn't just spring up to say I want to own the mine. Goldfields said in 2022, we're going to close the mine and we want you to take over, but we'll sell it to you. And I said, you can't sell it to me because you've cheated me all these years. So you have to give it to me. So we agreed. They told me to go to government and get a no objection letter. I went in there. And I must thank our former president, Nanado. He gave me a document to sit with Goldfields and negotiate and keep the mine going. When I did that, unfortunately for me or for EMP, I got called by the CEO of Goldfields and said, look, we have a challenge here working here. How are you going to do it? I said, oh, leave that to me. He says, no, he wants to know because they want to hold our hands. So, me being too known, I went and opened my mouth and showed him how he would do it. Then he later on said, they'll change their mind. I said, no, you can't change your mind. You told all of us you were going, so please go and leave us to do. Fortunately, government came in there and said, look, they'll hand it over. So we engaged government to let them know that mining is not just buying equipment and working in there. It is the key people that you need to put together. So I said, look, if I don't do it today, there's no Ghanaian in this country who can run a mine as hard as Damang, because Damang's rock is the hardest rock in, would I say, Africa. So even when you bring machines and you have a life of the machine to say you get 10,000, you never get 10,000 hours, you get less hours. So I engaged government and told them that, look, we'll have to do a big cut, which Goldfields would have spent about $1.4 billion to do it. But we know how to do it because we have all the other satellite pits to be able to feed in to do. So we did a bankable study, we looked at it and noticed that we could do it. We approached a few of the banks. In here, the bankers are here. One has given us 650 million, another 600. They are competing against themselves, but before they won't follow us. But thank you for coming. I would say that, look, if we all put our minds together, this is a success story. And the plan I have for Damang is not a joke. I just want to prove that we can invest in ourselves in this country. I want to pledge. I want to say it for everybody to hear. I got a text from one of our young men in here. It says we should build astroturfs for all the communities, which we're looking to do. We've applied for Damang to have an airport. And Damang, within 6 months, will have an airport such that we can fly to Accra easily from here. You should have said all that I'm saying. I won't pay you this month. In the next 2 years, we'll be able to drive from here to Cape Coast on a concrete road or an asphalt road. I beg you, this is not political talk, this is real talk. We're looking to put hospitals. I saw the youth. Is the youth here? The Damang youth, why are they? My youth. Thank you. You talked about a hospital. I'm looking to put 2 big hospitals in Damang. Not Damang alone. Is it Damang and Ateku? Or we will put it together. And Aboso. So what I want to say is that whatever money we make from here, we will reinvest it here. And I want to build my own personal house here. So I'll be living with you, Nananom. But thank you very much for giving me this platform. They didn't want me to talk, but anyway, I just said, let me say something. Thank you very much.
Or say 2022, na Goldfields for person no. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo energy nkwa. Gas onkope letter every presidency no gas onya. Okoy Nanado say chairman pa je fako momo na Daman embeye wodia. Na me busa wa na ne brase John Mahama wa na nase. Na John Boadu kasa or see MPP for munye demonstration because that Damang mines na idea my Ibrahim Mahama no. Ghana ajapade ana Damang Mine ebokro no. But asedano Nanado and Ibrahim Mahama say Nanado Ghana so on 2 kwan so bet man ka say nya nokre anase ye nokre ye twen so wa beka na so on beka na so wa beka mo amuka say ye conflict of interest no have you given up afede money ewu moja ka anase still mo to propaganda no so wey a naked truth o Trends for comment to comment section na say according to John Boadu of national chairman MPP or say hey Damang Mine in the Ibrahim Mahama motia I say demonstration but Ibrahim Mahama so dey microphone or say mama informa say da informa Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo 2022 on the German kwa enye sanka misanka but Damang for eso eba benya airport ade nyenye train railway nanka train mo airport crowd too much but after the airport hospital and a road linking Damang to Cape Coast plus football pitches Emma youth now more Damang good news open ode ofe can be tell me our comment section as mo money aje mo wura ho ba jandam no miguno me cleaning na
1 and 0. Congratulations. Damang Gold Mine is born. May this moment be one that creates progress, that brings economic freedom, and that brings positive omen to this land. And may every single person... Congratulations. Damang Gold Mine is born. May this moment be one that creates progress, that brings economic freedom, and that brings positive omen to this land. And may every single person who's involved in this be a person and connection of positivity. Congratulations. We're grateful. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Safety equipment to Mr. Ibrahim Mahama, who is the founder and CEO. Shall we do a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen?
According to the founder and the chief executive officer, Edema Engineers and Planners, finally, the takeover no completed, done and dusted. Now, I know G microphone was in Kenny Kwaso Kasa, and Tineweka no way and Rabusumi in a ketria, a bedly. Now, or catch Ghana for say Ghana for a possible say yes so. You bet me aye, I'm an aye. We want to prove to Ghanaians that we can do it. Yang Ghana for betting to your good day. I'm a yes, can am a young home for Swaha. Now, Nimon Ghana, Anglo, I friends say, I shan't go for, say, I'm good Ghana, say, Goldfield for, only now, since I'm about Ghana. What is your OBS airport that? Also, the 6 months, ABC airport, I'm a Damang. And then Damang, Mumpre, yeah. Now, and you know, Musantie. And somebody another so papa and somebody at also be new concrete road the linking Damang to Cape Coast Montpellier yeah now third one and say hospitals yebesi ediama Damang effort so and also ba mi ngofoi and yet mantu anko voter pa and Damang for monyeme and also call Damang and also Montpellier yeah na the fourth one and where the boys boys your talent. And he boys are winning born more talent. Castle Teffin the Minyana Mercy. But also obesi astro test pitches at the momo amount for paper ball. And the boys and ye ready, omunless omu boot. Omunano ebene baby at the ball. And over you to know him for more omusem pra. And Ibrahim Mahama, I have 70 years with 20 years. No, we are Anna or ending the say. Said ye Damang Mines obeteki over enunye. No, one here, Juma, on your muko, on your muba, da, Damang Engineers and Planners. And you one aya, and a Damang for say around 2022. Baby, I do know, bug up him. omeji adwuma na to ana so oh ene wate na also no na ne tu no na no ya ana mu say na obe ne san ene ne ko liki secret de chiro mo kwa obefa so aye no ana mo say sa ene say adwuma so na yebetima ye ene o mo say sa de ene ye beton ma o ana say mo must see me you have been cheating me too much mo must see me say person mo say aton ma me they be mentor ana mo say oh the only way I ultimate no say the president of the land, the government will give you a document and a letter. Actually, say you will hand over the amount. And I say why not? And yeah, offer and I go see Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo so and I say hey, bra, fie. O go do fie no say akra unia mabo na asemesi o say asemben. Da man for say man sin kamu ja de amame. Na omuntimi nye efe yensan ko hwe musu a musa say me pese me ton dem a won say dey bi me nto no mo sisi me ache ana mo say me meje krata bi mfiri won chen na se sa krata na wo sign na de ma me nko ade a ene o mpemu ni choice o meje adam ade ama me ana na Dankwa Akufo-Addo efa krata yi ji ye tire ye tin we no sense ye kama ana odan de ma no enti mama on for sa opportunity na Dankwa Akufo-Addo ase am si yeah adie sati aya wo so bekasa sikafu ekura mo ha wo kire mo dodo mo bekasa aya mo nkasa ntem na mo ma ye mudi ekura to pa me da asesa ewi akire na mo beka na ya kan enu atumi afere wa mo ya afere say time but a man for starting propaganda without having much knowledge to do about it and almost start here na family and friends and no den jet man ne bra and ne bra de da na se na me say minia me president me be chana dia na se me be so nya japade a me hia so be say papa ansa ya ka se blood is thicker than water now tie o de be ma no enti nkanya no na nka be o me de ma no enti waka wie ya ni na obi ankasa John Mahama na onkasa ni nwa Ibrahim Mahama so onkasa sa na Akufo-Addo kra so ni bibi anso onkasa former lands and natural resource minister Samuel Abudinapo ono oda so okroma ontu kwan Ghana here na oda so parliament okobi MP4 I minority kasa about minings kasa about the mine say John Mahama conflict of interest or the omun kabi o onso ti wo kabi ontu omu for say and me watch and ye dane de man no na nke yenke enu ntumi ntwa so na conflict of interest so den ye tuntwa ba man ka hwe eti eneye order na nadu asi na nadu say Ghana ye but mo fa mo tetefo na mo ti mafre na busa no se enye no kra o meti Ibrahim Mahama to emaye but no kra shame on YouTube na eno na a friend is saying Abranti friend John Boadu say lie na go pe national chairman go pe national chairman wu nkomo obedi ko hwe ayi unya ba ko no chairman untumi ogina state so na brofo de na o say o mama wu say mu school mu go school mu fo mu John free o na nya school ye de area leader o say leadership e adwuma obeye eno ene ye de unkan no bi ana daman asem na gwaka hwe ni nguase o say daman ye de ama Ibrahim Mahama sankofa ye de ama Ibrahim Mahama black voter mines in the upper west ye de ama Ibrahim Mahama bogo so de so de ama kwabena dufo enti moti ho mo man ye demo ye ti ho
obi anka say ejuma eba ma ye magana ni enye ejuma no nobody is against that and also just a president ye de ade asha wonsa on our behalf danima unua na way yenye demonstration yeti ho ye den because ye de damano amano ye ba ku a ewo north ye de eno black hiva eno so ye de amano bogosonso ye de amakobradofo nyina hini de ya okọ a osan ma ni nua no eno so omugusu a omoje nti oman no ebeka de eban where a massive robbery of the nation. Na yeti ho. Me betra cinema calculate minutes a ewo mu a the throw 1 page. With the multiply 1,500. No matter say within 5 working days, if anybody can produce that document.
Na unikan. Di kama ye ni wechi hallelujah. Unikan e be di wechi ye be lie. Ni e follow say yo. Unko ye wan enko. Wo de won nam radio ni TV so ye ne enko edemu se fa awiem ni emeche ye. Eti John Boadu say Damang Mine. Ibrahim Mahama ne bra John Mahama ne de ma no. But Akufo-Addo ane ye da nasenne. Enti so say mi bu se o. Aya nkomo no na unya bi ni. Munya bi ni na aya na mo akoche pesa nkomo no bi awuram. Anase mo ye mo search ehun say what yes there was a pure conflict of interest. Intene bebia asem no ekowie no ani ewu da ya wie ye ni pitiri. Wa sori a wanya ne. Enti eno ano no na enye no nko a se dwumadie no be wie peyo. Ese Lands and Natural Resources Minister Yimano Kofi Amabua ono so ede ne nkomo ne remarks etwa to nti the other touch one enie yesterday we officially leased the Damang Mines to engineers and planners E&P.
Is not an afterthought. It is our priority. Ours is to ensure that as the mine grows, so must the hospitals, the schools, the roads, and all the opportunities in our neighborhood. And another government will ensure that happens. GMP is not a stranger to this space, as we all know. Since 2002, they have been the technical boss behind Damang's operations. By selecting wholly Ghanaian-owned entity with a proven track record, we have ensured that no job will be lost. Every valid contract will be honored and that the mine will run without interruption. By this decision, we have also ensured that a resource governance reset is realized. We are the owners, the managers, and the visionaries. This is an economic necessity, long called for by the visionary of Sajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. We believe that Ghanaians have built enough expertise over decades to handle their own resources. And as I always say, we began at the tail end of the bus. We moved carefully in the middle. And ladies and gentlemen, we are here this morning to signal to the world that our people are now ready to drive the bus. Engineers and planners, you are not just taking over a mine. You are carrying a nation's confidence. This is only a leasing right. And let me emphasize, this is only a leasing right, not a sell-off. The Republic of Ghana remains the owner of this mineral asset. This lease will be reviewed when its terms expires.
Talking about using our resources to develop Ghana, no, the reason why Nimont buy yen, Angle Good buy yen, Goldfish buy yen, Pesos for buy yen. But for the first time, a local man, an indigenous company, taking over a mining site. 6 months, yes, airport. 2 years, concrete road from Damang to Cape Coast. See hospitals. See friends saying football pitches with AstroTurf. AstroTurf in there. Come on here and for grass. The number of developmental projects are in the short while. And Oye or the sources say, wait, and your political message, a real message. I would never any Papa Bakuna or man license. Omune politicians. Sometimes Omoka, sometimes Omunye. Bound you businessman. Or come obey you. Or come obey you. Now, you got them say 70,000 and $70,000. Bosume, you recommend him for money. Some man to find here. Muara. You see, when a local man let me take over, not me, Edumana. Bibia Bessa. Hey, I told you, man, of pressure, Becano, a bush for Ghana, or be security threat. But Abaga foreigners a form by Omon fire hula. So, yeah, Rofa, or be a soldier from a mobile go. But national air, local mine. Yeah, displeased with certain things that you could do them for us. And you understand our situation like us. And once again, I repeat, if it was indeed a conflict of interest and another factor, then I'll have a problem. If it's indeed John Mahama is totally the national wealth and a company we have a problem. But a company that was already working with that company, now that company na attender, that's our company no any lease no form. The previous administration or no Ibrahim Mahama, any ne brand no party, ne brand no buy, and I shall say yen is just because the previous administration there was the same criticism. It we so buy yan fan mono. Sa tit for tat no emfe ndu bibia. But ene Damang Yebisi airport. Ba me nya ya. Na nka ye railway. Ni machines here ban ke betima fa so. But do say airport, nim Ghana for per airport too much. Ni bra Yebisi mienu. Ono so de ba ko be pe so. Yesu ya ni sika de fa play. Airport train yan ke betimi yesu no go fi betimi. But what airport yes e o de catch me your comment section na say what hospitals yes pitches Yebisi ni na Ibrahim Mahama because of say when you Damang Mine no nsano and also oba be ediama Ghana for and I'm happy. Are you happy? John Boadu ye MPP ni ope MPP national chairman or say MPP for sorry demonstration entia Ibrahim Mahama because Damang no John Mahama na de amano but Ibrahim Mahama as done another ase so on the board no man nya Damang. What are you going to tell John Boadu any MPP for or are willing to do that demonstration? Catch me our comment section as memo no nya embos wati kakra bi no ko fiu oh yeah subscribe like na share mo nya eso enya bi enwe edi no e ba ko pe maxi billion I will naked through to old Boga Trends macro. Bye bye.